So I'm having a conversation with a friend the other day, and we're talking about, parenting and all the things that come with having to raise your kids and just the process from the very beginning to now them being either teenagers or young adults. And he made the statement, oh, no, it's natural for women to be moms. It comes naturally for women. And I had to pump his brakes. I really, really wish that society would get away from that type of mindset, because that's really not natural for just people in general. Like, if you can understand a man, struggling to become a parent, why don't you understand how women struggle to become a parent? But I went on to explain to him, I said, you know what? Let me share my story with you. To me, there was nothing natural about being a parent. Me going into parenthood, I took who I was as a person into parenthood. And then I tried to apply who I was as a human being and what I thought was necessary, or what I thought my child needed. So whether that was the way that I communicated, or the way that I treated people, the way that I cleaned my house, or how I cooked every day, I took who I was into the role. Telling women that being a mom comes natural to them, it's a personal thing. Some men are natural fathers. Some women are natural mothers. The rest of us, we're going to have to put in some work. We got a couple things we need to learn because we don't know what to do. And my son first was born. The whole entire birthing process, everything is just it's so Twilight Zone-y. It's like, is this really happening to me? Like, am I even ready? Do I even know what I'm doing? Am I doing it right? I said, nothing came naturally to me. I had to trial and error myself through the first 6 years of this boy's life. Even me at the time, just being a young adult, just not really knowing even what to do just in general with some things that I didn't even have real life experience in. Just those factors in itself is not natural. You go from being a single person, you just have to worry about yourself. You really don't have to, you just doing whatever you want, coming and going as you please. You make plans without thinking about who got to be worried about, who need to be fed. Boom, you're a mom. And even before you become a mom, you're going through the whole entire process in itself of your body and your mind just transitioning, and you trying to prepare yourself for another human being to be around. And it's like, you can't even really take it in that, man, this is a human being. Like, this is a person. Even till this day, almost 19 years later, it's like, yo, like, that's my son. Like, I got a kid. I just be having little moments, just be looking at this person, and it's just like, what? Like, I'm really somebody's mom. I fumble so much with trying to figure out, first of all, what type of parent did I want to be? What kind of parent do I want? How do I want to parent my child? What type of person do I want him to be when he grows up? I had to play with these things inside my young adult mind and try to figure out which route I wanted to take to better prepare him for the world. You always want your kids to be better than you, so you try to do stuff that you think will pivot them or put them in a better position than you. Like, do I need to read to them every single night? Do we need to play the matching game? Do we need to play some educational games? Well, I went through my mind like that, thinking like, how do I communicate? And I would hold my son. Even that was just like, am I even holding him right? I'm holding this baby and I'm like, okay, well, what else do I do? What do I do next? What do I feed it? Can I talk to him? What do I do? What am I doing? Like, I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. None of that was natural to me. I'm trying to get him on a schedule to, making sure he's eating like he's supposed to eat. And then I was breastfeeding at the same time. Like, all of that was just brand spanking new. There's nothing natural that comes with that. Like, what are you people talking about? I had to adjust every single step of the way. It wasn't like, this is stuff easy. It just comes so naturally to me. I just know how to be a mom and I know what I'm doing and everything is so perfect. No, that was just like, every time I turn around, like, what the heck am I doing here? And it's with every phase. Like, okay, he's a newborn, then he's crawling, then he's walking, now he's talking, then he's 10. Every single stage, like, what the heck? What is going on? Well, what do I do with that? How do I answer this question? How do I reroute this thought process? Like for me, like, it didn't frustrate me. It just made me learn myself more. It made me get more in tune with who I am and how I manage things, a household, how I manage a kid, how I manage going to and from work and manage starting a business. It just really put a light onto how I manage, how I lead, how I raise a kid. to be the person that I want them to be.